Hi guys, Mrs. Hawes here for another art activity, a JFF that'll be up on my Google site for you. Today we're going to do this challenge of pattern. That's one of our elements of art. So we're going to do pattern. We're going to talk about line, shape, form. Those are all those elements and principles of art. Those are on those posters right when we go into the art classroom, if you remember, to the left of the whiteboard. So we're going to do this process today, and we're going to talk about art. So I have made this pic collage piece, and I want to show you this pic collage piece has lots of different artists, from Klimt to Van Gogh to Mondrian to Kandinsky to Herring, right? You see all those? All those pieces have something in common. That's called a pattern. Do you see the pattern in each of those pieces? Look at the Klimts. Do you see the circle shapes? Or the Van Gogh, the way he made the clouds whisk by and the stars repeat themselves? How about Mondrian's? Do you see how he repeated the square shape? Kandinsky, patterns of circles. And then Keith Haring, that New York artist, remember that he did the colorful, repetitive, organic shape of the human form. So we're going to work with patterns, colors, shapes, and forms today. And we're going to do this little chick kind of process. Here's this little chick kind of mound kind of, working with the foreground, middle ground, and background. So we're going to kind of do this today. And you really don't need a lot of materials today. All you need is a white piece of paper. You need your Sharpie, and then your coloring materials, whatever you have. Markers, colored pencils, crayons, paint if you have to. You could paint as well if you had a set of paint. It's just whatever material you have handy. So here we go. Are you ready to follow? So you'll need a piece of paper. Try to get a clean art space. This file's clean up here a little bit. So you have a clean art space, and all you're going to do is start at the bottom, by your belly, bottom, and you are going to make a hump. And then you're going to make another kind of a ovalish shape, kind of, and it falls off your paper. Do you remember in class what happens in the foreground and things go back into the background? What happens to our art? What happens to the look? Have you ever stood on a railroad track and looked way down yonder, or on the street and looked way down the street? What happened to the objects that are down the street? They're not really getting smaller, but it's just optically looking smaller. So once we have our first three humps, then the next set of humps gets smaller in height, but they attach to the top of the previous guy's hump. It attaches to the top. And then you do that again for the next set. They should be getting smaller as you go in fatness, in height, right? And then as they fall off the page, they get pretty tiny up there, right? They get pretty tiny. And then the fun part is you can decorate any way you want to. I can make zigzag patterns with lines. I could make shape patterns. I could give them emotion, give them some eyes. I could give them a little hair. I could give them swirls. Whatever patterns with lines do you want? Some curves, stripes. I'm going to give this guy over here some face.